Hey everyone, welcome back to Brickcraft, and today is another Halloween craft tutorial that is not so Halloween-y. Is that a word? Today's tutorial is going to kill two birds with one stone. Or maybe three. I don't know, I'm not good at math. It's Harry Potter related, it's a monster for Halloween, and the new Mythical Beasts movie is coming out next month, and I'm so excited. So let's go on to this tutorial. The materials you're going to need for this project are a wooden box, some faux fur, red and white clay, black paint, brown paint, paintbrush, a hot glue gun and a glue stick, a fine tip marker, triple thick, an X-Acto knife, and some clay tools. So let's start. First we're going to make the tongue for the creature by rolling out some red clay, cutting it into a rectangle shape, smoothing it out, cutting a small triangle out of one end of the rectangle, and then adding some detail with a toothbrush. Once you're satisfied with all the detail you added with the toothbrush, go ahead and take a dotting tool and make a line. Next, we're going to roll out some red clay and make it into a cylinder shape. Take a small piece of white clay, roll one end to make a pointed shape, and then attach that to the red cylinder shape you've already made. Make 12 of those, and then bake all your clay items in the oven at 275 for 15 minutes. When it cools down, add some watered down black paint to the tongue and the teeth to create a dimension to make it look realistic. And once the paint dries, don't forget to seal it in with some triple thick. While those pieces are cooling, go ahead and paint your box. You're going to paint the front and two of the sides with some watered down brown paint. I mean really watered down. You can also use some watered down black paint to add to the corners to make the pages look like they're a little bit more worn. Once it's completely dry, take a fine tip marker and add some lines across the front part and the two sides. If it gets a little too dark, add some water to lighten up the lines. Using a hot glue gun, add a little hot glue to the very end of your fur and roll over the edge to create a trim. Using a hot glue gun, add a little hot glue to the very end of your fur and roll over the edge to create a trim. Next, you're going to use that to measure your box. Next, using the fur, measure your box and cut off the excess at the end. Make sure to leave a little bit extra so you can add another trim to the other side. Add a strip of hot glue to that side you just cut and roll it up to make another trim. Then add a trim to one of the sides. Measure your box again and cut off the excess. And don't forget to make a trim on this side too. Now you can glue it to the box. Make sure you don't put any glue on the hinges, that way you can allow your box to open. I mean, what use is making this into a box if you can't put anything into it? Now we got a very scary looking box. And to make it even scarier, add your teeth to the front. 6 to the top and 6 to the bottom. Glue on your tongue too. And here's your box, all finished. And as a little bit of extra, I'm going to be making some little miniature brooms. Materials we'll need for this are some of these mini woodsies, some jump rings, a pair of scissors, some twine of different sizes, some gold wire, a hot glue gun and glue stick, and jewelry pliers. So let's start. This is pretty easy. The first thing you're going to do is just wind your twine around your finger until you get the thickness of the broom that you would like. Tie it off at one end and wrap the remainder around. Then you're just going to add some hot glue to one of your mini woodsies and stick that into the bristle part you just made. Trim your broom. And then you can use your jump rings to add some grips that hold the broom bristles onto the broom. Take a gold or bronze colored wire and wrap it around. Cut off your excess wire and use your jewelry pliers to make the foot piece that goes on the brooms. And if you like, you can even use a fine tip marker to write your own name of your broom. Mine's the Brickcraft 2000, of course. And if you like, you can tie it to some twine and hang it up like I did here. And that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure if you're new to my channel to hit that big red button right there to subscribe. Also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm on there quite frequently. And that's all I have for you. So stay tuned for some more.